Hey everyone, today we are talking about the Cisco ASR 90110G router with 8 ports. If you're running a small business network or need a reliable edge router for branch offices, this might be exactly what you're looking for. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Now, I know Cisco gear isn't exactly cheap, but this unit actually gives you enterprise-grade reliability without breaking the bank. The ASR 901 is built for service providers and businesses that need carrier-grade routing at a fraction of the cost of bigger ASR models. It's got 8 Gigabit Ethernet ports plus a dedicated management port, which is perfect if you're setting up multiple VLANs or need out-of-band access for troubleshooting. One thing I really like about this router is how it handles T-carrier and E-carrier interfaces. If you're dealing with legacy telecom connections or need to bridge older network infrastructure with modern gear, this router can handle both without requiring additional modules. That alone saved me from having to buy separate adapters when upgrading an old T1 line setup. For small businesses running VoIP or needing reliable internet failover, the ASR 901 supports up to 10G throughput. I've used it in a setup where we had a primary fiber connection and a backup cable modem, and the failover worked seamlessly. The router automatically switched traffic when the fiber went down, and the failback was just as smooth when service was restored. Another practical benefit is the compact 1RU form factor. If you're working with limited rack space, this thing fits easily in a standard server rack without taking up too much room. I've mounted it in a small wiring closet where space was at a premium, and it's been running cool and quiet ever since. The management port is a nice touch too. Instead of tying up one of your regular Ethernet ports for management traffic, you get a dedicated console port that keeps your network traffic separate. This is especially useful if you're managing multiple sites remotely and need reliable access even when the main network is congested. Now, I should mention that setting this up isn't exactly plug and play. Cisco's iOS software has a learning curve, and if you're not familiar with CLI commands, you might need to spend some time with the documentation. That said, once it's configured, it's rock solid. I've had one running for over a year with 0 issues, and the uptime stats are impressive. The power consumption is also reasonable for a router of this caliber. It's not going to break the bank on your electricity bill, which is always a plus when you're running equipment 24/7. So, who is this router really for? If you're a small business owner, a network admin managing branch offices, or someone who needs carrier-grade routing without the enterprise price tag, this could be a great fit. It's not the cheapest option out there, but the reliability and features make it worth considering. Pros-wise, the build quality is top-notch, the port selection is versatile, and the performance is consistent. On the downside, the initial setup can be a bit tricky if you're not familiar with Cisco iOS, and it does take up a bit of space compared to some smaller routers. All in all, if you need a reliable, high-performance router for business use, the Cisco ASR 901 is definitely worth a look. Check it out using the link below if it sounds like something that could work for your setup. For most buyers, the real question is not whether Cisco ASR 90110G router 8 ports management port 10 slots Gigabit Ethernet T-carrier ECA sounds impressive on paper, but whether strengths like more for the money with this high-quality product and offers premium quality at outstanding saving actually make daily use feel easier, more dependable, and more worthwhile after the first few days of excitement wear off. It is also smart to think about long-term satisfaction. A product like Cisco ASR 90110G router 8 ports management port 10 slots Gigabit Ethernet T-carrier ECA usually feels like the better buy when it stays convenient, comfortable, and reliable in normal everyday use instead of only looking good in the listing.